the insurance companies are leveraging third-party data and analytics, essentially, a soft pen test called a cybersecurity risk assessment, and they are now rate and ranking organizations on what I'll call their cybersecurity, credit score. Very recent news that Moody's, the credit ranking company, has made an investment in one of these companies called BitSight, a significant $250 million, by the way. Really, maybe this starts to blend the line of, is this more than just a cyber risk assessment, but now it might start to play into, credit scores and credit ranking and things. Now that you have an auditing process and a risk assessment and something of a cyber credit score, you can't just hide behind the curtains and say, well, we got breached, right? People are now going to be able to publish and see you were behind the curve. You weren't doing the things that you needed to. You weren't doing what was right? A lot of the, what's come out now is you get the, testimony and stuff like that. It's like, well, we updated our cybersecurity budget by 50%. Well, what did you do? Well, now we can see what you didn't do, right? These assessments and these audits, being that it's in the, the credit ranking system, the cyber credit ranking system, and Moody's has access to it, you're going to be able to clearly see the organizations that aren't following best practices, that aren't rolling out, proper protections. And this is, not exactly public knowledge, but we as a subscriber to these services can go in and check out anybody's stance, anybody's cybersecurity, credit score and rate and ranking, and look and see, wow, this vendor that we were thinking about partnering with or using, they're not really doing things very well, and that might leave us susceptible, right? So it's good for our business, but this will be more and more published, almost public data that everyone can look at and see you weren't doing what you were supposed to. That's why you got breached, and no one's gonna, come save you or bail you out when you weren't doing the things that everybody knows to be the right things to do when it comes to cybersecurity. I absolutely believe there's a lot of unknowns, right? And people are looking at this cybersecurity threats and wave and going, I just don't know what to do, right? Or, is it really true? Can it really happen to me? And all those kinds of things. And I believe that the IT industry has been talking about this for a long time, right? And trying to convince and educate everyone that, hey, we need to do these things. And unfortunately, this stuff costs money and it costs more time. And we've got to roll out, new hurdles for every user to have to, put in their two-factor code and things like that. And it's, a little bit more of a challenge, right? I get that. Now you're going to have the insurance industry singing the same song. Hey, we ran this audit on you and you guys don't look good. We're not going to insure you, or your rates are going up 50%. You certainly have the White House and CISA and all these different organizations in America now saying, hey, we've got to get this stuff dialed up, right? And they're rolling out funding, they're rolling out some rubrics and things. I think more and more everyone's getting on board in the same mission of, we need to protect organizations and we need to prevent ransomware and cybersecurity threats from happening in the first place, because it's an expensive, dangerous venture after the fact, kind of when it's too late to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. And, our data now is out there, right? And there's nothing you could do to take it back, right? So it's more important to prevent these kinds of things from happening. And now I think more so than ever, every industry is going to be talking about what are the things that we all need to be doing. And the IT industry has been here, or at least most of us, putting in these layers and putting in these protections and asking for, more rigid security steps and not allowing the loopholes and not allowing, the C-suite to get away with lackluster protections and having to roll out more and more tools and layers. I do believe that everybody is going to be, marching towards that goal. And it's a moving target, frankly, right? As we shift and better protect organizations, the bad guys are going to shift and adjust and look at different vectors and different ways. So it's never just set it and forget it. It's going to be an ongoing battle, if you will, of good versus evil. If we were all doing it to what today's best practices and standards are, and every organization had it right, there would literally be no revenue source for the bad guys to do what they do. Now, would they go away? Maybe not. Maybe they would just go into hiding and wait for the next opportunity or things like that. But these, these 10 million and $40 million ransomware payments that have gone out has literally funded, their ability to attack harder, stronger, and with more force. And so the more that we can clamp down on this stuff and dry up their resources, the better off we will be. But I think it's going to be a moving target, and it's going to be a battle of back and forth.